Hello guys, this is my channel, Our Journey Through Life with ADHD and Sobriety. Today's video is it's going to be about fatherhood. Fatherhood. I like to usually I like to only speak on my experiences. Sometimes I'll do random videos with things I don't really experience, but at least I'll let it, Usually I would let you guys know that. So this is about fatherhood. And I have a child. I have a child. This video is intended to help any young father out there, anyone who's about to be a father, anyone who's thinking to be a father. It's meant to not so much of advice, it's just positive affirmation, my experience. So you get to see someone who you get to see, you get to hear, you get to understand someone who's been through that at least the last 9 years. My child is 9 years old. He will be 10 this year. He was born in 2016. His name is Galaxio de Universo Ruiz. Yep, you heard it right. You heard that right. Galaxio de Universo Ruiz. Why his name? Why we decided that? We want to be unique. You want your child to have a better chance at his life and succeed and stuff like that. You never guarantee shit. But if you want your child to, you got to start with a strong name. That's what I believe in. That's what I really learned from people who do that. You got to start with a strong name. I don't like the idea of passing down my own name. I don't even like my own name, honestly. I'm not a big fan of my own name. It's too common. It's just, so I said, nah, my wife's name is somewhat, it's more unique. Her name is way more unique than mine. I can tell you that. Way more unique. Her name her name is Quayota Ojengi Ruiz. See? Quayota Ojengi. She's Guyanese. She's from South America. As far as I know, I even think she told me one time Quayota means queen in African. I think I don't know if I'm wrong, correct me in the comments. But that's what I have to ask her. I re-verify that. So this is about fatherhood. This is about I've been a father for the last 9 years. And obviously, it started from a pregnancy. That's part of the process too. This video not gonna be too long, but it's gonna be just detail and not about the detail, but more about the quality of it. I want to help any new father out there, any father who's I can't speak as a mother, so I'm not here to talk about motherhood. Can I talk about parenthood and be together and as parents? Yes, but I'm mostly gonna focus on myself. I like to focus on. I'm here for some reason. I want to focus on just being a father, and I want to pass this down for anyone who needs it. Anyone who, hopefully, if it reaches you and you're in the right situation, hopefully this can help you. So I have a child. He was born in 2016. His name is Galaxio de Universo Ruiz. So pretty much that name just means Galaxio. We were thinking of the galaxy, obviously. We big. I'm big. I'm more of like an amateur scientist, stuff like that. So of course I'm gonna do that, right? So Galaxio is for galaxy. The universo means of the universe, right? Ruiz. So we consider ourselves compared to him, the creation of him. So the universe, right? Yeah, the universe created the stars and everything else, right? So then he's the galaxy from our universe. See, Galaxio de Universo Ruiz. Get it? Pretty cool, right? So the point is, he's 9 years old. He's been nine. He got, being a, I never thought that being a father would be so hard. I knew everything is hard. Everything is hard. I always say that everything is fucking hard. Every single thing. But my point is, being a father, being a mother, being anything that is worthwhile usually is hard. It's for some reason anything that's good for you, worthwhile, something that's for you, something you want, is fucking hard for some reason. That's just the way it is. It's like that. It's like a room. If you don't clean your room, you guarantee will get dusty and dirty, right? Entropy, the laws of the universe, right? So it's fine, but it's hard. That's my point. So, you know, The irony is that her pregnancy, all the way down to when she gave birth to him, was actually a piece of cake. My wife had the classic, perfect 9 month, not perfect, but because nothing's perfect. It's just more like she had the the 9 months that most women wish for. She didn't have any real problems. She didn't have to be in and out of hospital for problems with the pregnancy, so like that. We just went to our regular visit. She was carrying pretty good all the way to her 9 months. You know, all those signs. Even to all the way to the last day. I remember the last day where she was getting her contractions, getting into the tub, for the hot water to, it helps her out. 'Cause we were counting, doctors, obviously we were, by that point, we already learned that when you count your contractions, the closer they get, that means that the baby's coming soon. So then, she was there. Sorry if I'm very, like, I'm very energetic. I'm very physical. So if you see me shake a little bit and all that, I am a nervous person. I have ADHD. My words wants to fucking come out of my mouth before they even get processed here. So this is what you see that I'm very. So hopefully I don't skip something or start repeating shit. So bear with me. My point is, all the way to the end, she was there. She was in her, all the way to. I called a taxi when her contractions started getting smaller. I ended up calling a taxi. I didn't have a car, so I had to. We knew that we were gonna call a taxi, which is not too bad. They're pretty reliable. We had a good number, a good company that we have used before, and they're pretty reliable and pretty good with customer service. But every situation is unique, right? So you never know. But the point is that even worked out. That person came out at a decent time. She got dressed. We knew we had to go to the hospital. The baby was coming soon. And you're never sure, right? Sometimes I'm pretty sure this woman out there, if you're a woman, if you've been through that, and your contractions got closed, but yeah, when you got to the hospital, all of a sudden you still end up staying there for hours, or if not a day or two, and he just started giving you that baby, and the whole thing started giving you a fight. Put it in the comment. I want to see what did you go through. But this is so she went there, and it got even better. She goes to the hospital and she gives birth. Meaning, not she gives birth right away. I'm saying like she went, they put on the wheelchair like they usually do, but her water breaks at the perfect time, the perfect place. The water breaks. See what I'm saying? So her water breaks, and then boom, she's in good hands. She's right there with the doctors. Nothing's ever perfect, like I said, but at least she's in the right place at the right time. Water breaks, so they know what to do. It's classic. Who knows how many times they performed this before? It's never the actual doctor. They got a bunch of residents there practicing who already been trained, kind of. So they got them doing that. They just oversee what's going on. So you gotta kind of like, you gotta hope for the best in a way with these people, that they don't leave a scissors inside of you. But they're the doctors. It is what it is. Everything is like a leap of faith now. It always been. Everything is a leap of faith. So then she gets birth. I'm there by her side. They do her thing to stitch her up. I see the baby. When my child came out, when our child came out, now that was strange. You have to understand, when you're not a father at all, you're not going to get it. When that child comes out, you're feeling so much emotion, so mixed emotions. You're feeling good, you're feeling nervous, scared, everything all at once. Like the movie, everything all at once. I forgot what the hell the name was, but the point is, he came out and they put him in some little heater, not the actual that the surface is heating up. It's just a little, so he could stay warm and stuff as they prepare the stuff for him. But that was amazing. That was pretty amazing. You start feeling all these emotions all at once at the same time. And so from that day, I started getting used to being a father. It doesn't, you don't get used to it right away. You still even you can't even believe it the first couple of days, weeks. You're still like, wow, I'm a dad. I have a child. I have a son, daughter. In my case, it's a son. I'm actually a father. Wow, we actually parents. It's like, you have to be men. Now you have to account for another life. Now you have to respond to another life. You have to wake up, and you just can't do your own stuff. You got to now think of that child. And of course, here goes the next side. This is the hard part that almost you will go through. When the baby is first growing, from day one, from the time you come home with him or her, all the way to the first year, that baby's gonna be crying. That baby is the classic. You see it in movies, you see it in shows. They keep you up at night. This is why you got to take turns. If you're fortunate like us, at that exact time, we both were not working. And believe it or not, I don't care how that looks. That is the best thing you will ever do. If you are home and your wife is home, even if it's the first year, first 6 months, you're going to thank me later. Put it in the comments here, 6 months from now, a year from now. And you're going to thank me later. Why? Because it's beyond the money. You need the time. You need to think of her. You need to swap. You need to be there where you take turns. You rest now, I'll take care of him. I rest now, you take care of him. I'm talking about could be 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m. This baby does not, the baby just cries. Any little discomfort, is hungry, needs to use the bathroom, anything, a little wind blows right between his cheeks, crying. Anything happens. You fart, you could be on the bed and you just happen to pass gas, your wife just farts, boop, he cries. There he goes down. Now you gotta get up and here we go. Now and then that could take 10, 15, 20 minutes just to put him back to sleep. Sometimes 30 minutes, an hour. So you don't know. So it's the classic stuff when a baby's first born and first come home. They just give you a fight for the first couple of months. So that's going to happen, that's for sure. It's not bad though. It's still worth it at the end. I live to tell the story. I survived to tell the story. So the point is, it was worth it. It's a blessing. It feels good to pass down your genetics. Remember, I'm going to look at it from my eyes as a amateur scientist. It feels good to pass down your genetic material, right? To have an offspring, to pass it down, right? To be able to say I created life, I kept it going, I created our next generation. You know, you're going to feel good about that. However you see it, doesn't matter what you believe. It doesn't matter. It's still at the end of the day, whatever you use, you're gonna end up in the same. We both have the same goal. So after all that little fight that they usually give us, eventually that we start the stroller after the first year. It's easy. It's a lot easier to go outside with him. It's a lot safer. You put him in a stroller. You go for walks. You go to the park. Of course, you have to be careful. You're gonna start seeing yourself very, very overprotective. Of course, the classic first child. You have to understand that's your first child. So every single fucking thing you go through with him or her, it's gonna be the first time you ever did it. So you have to understand that's gonna be the first year, second year, even up to now. At 9 years old, my child being 9 years old, about to be 10 this year. I still have not gone through everything I'm supposed to go through with a child. So I'm still learning. I'm still going through a lot of first times of this and that. But we're talking about the first 9 years and go lower so you can understand. So first couple of years, you're there overprotective, anything, you're in a stroller, even with your own wife, or even the wife with you. If she's pushing it, you're looking at her like, careful that rock, careful that speed, careful with this little crack here. Be careful. Don't do this. Don't go up here. It's just funny. And then if you're pushing it, you see her doing that to you. Be careful with this. Don't go through here. Don't pass through here. Don't careful that rock. Careful that. It's even with each other, you get overprotected. But you see, that's nature's way. The way I see it, that's nature's way to make sure that whatever the fuck you do or don't do, the life keeps going. The child stays alive. The child, you see, all eyes on him or her, like Tupac. You see, all eyes on them. That's what it is. That's how it goes. And you're gonna see. You're going to see what I'm saying. It's a lot of first time for everything. When they're young, they're just exploring now. They're just encountering the world, looking around. They don't want to see, make sense of things. Their brain is starting to get memories and do this and do that. So it's very stressful. I'm not gonna lie. It is very stressful because at the end of the day, you still, many things still hold truth. You have to have a certain finance. You have to work. You have to do this. You have to be there for him. In my case, because it's a him, She needs to be there for him. We need to be there for each other. Because you have to understand, our life does not go down the drain. We still are human beings. Me, her. Obviously, we're a lot older than the baby, but we have to check up on each other. Check up on your wife. Your wife. If you're the wife, listen to this. Check up on your husband. I speak for fatherhood, but check up on each other. You have to check up on each other. You have to give each other time. Take a break. Walk away. There's going to be time where the frustration is going to be the walk away. It's not going to be easy, but you have to try to catch yourself. Walk away. Tell her to walk away, or hopefully she tells you, or you, yeah, as the female, as a parent, female, tell your husband to walk away. You got it. You got to take turns, but you have to have that mental peace. You have to be in a certain place mentally before you can proceed with this. So you have to walk away. You have to regain that, recenter, equilibrium is there for a reason. You have to center yourself again. Other than that, he was homeschooled. I'm going back to him now. He was homeschooled for the first couple of years. I believed in that greatly. I didn't believe in having a child that young, or even at 2, 3, 4, and just dumping him in some daycares. I don't trust that. Put in the comment, do you trust that? Did you put your child at 1 year old in the, or even a couple of months? I've seen people, that baby's practically newborn. They're already in the daycare. I'm not judging. I'm not here to judge. If you have to do that, it is what it is. But see, we are parents that are together. He has a father, he has a mother, which I know it's not that strange anymore, but it is strange. Obviously, that's not the father. Usually, it's not in the life a lot of times. So this wasn't a hit and run. This was, I love my wife with everything I got. I'm here for her. I'm here for him. I'm here, and I'm learning to be here for myself now. The point is, throw him in a daycare in a school early days. No, so he never started school exactly 5. He got homeschooled all the way to, forgot what year that was. He's been, actually, he got all the way to almost 7, I believe, or about 7, because he went to school. He started his first school year when he on in 3rd grade. He didn't go no pre-kindergarten. He didn't go to kindergarten. He didn't go no first year, first grade, 2nd grade, none of that. He started school in 3rd grade. And there's advantages and disadvantages to that. Put in the comment what disadvantages do you know that has? It has a lot of social disadvantages. I know they don't get to be social early on. They don't get to, but believe me when I tell you, I don't regret it. I don't regret it at all. I know what I was doing. I know what I chose to do. I know the reasons why I chose to do it, and I'm confident all the way through. It doesn't matter what anyone says. It doesn't matter who has it. Someone always has something to say. I like to learn from people instead of judging or before telling them what to do. This is not advice. This is, once again, positive affirmation, my journey through life with ADHD in sobriety. But this is mainly about my life as a father with my child, 9 years old now, through his 9 years. Whatever you did, I'm not here to judge that you did the wrong thing. You did the right thing. No, just tell it. If you want to tell your story, you go right ahead. I'm asking questions regarding what is your input on the child and the schooling. I don't regret it. He started 3rd. I feel like I needed to teach him this early. Every education starts at home. I'm big on that. You cannot expect a teacher who has 28, 38 kids to teach your child the way they need to teach it. Teach him or her. That's not going to happen. You need to do that. First couple of years is important for you to shape them up. Tell them about the world. You can't be too bold, but you got to start releasing the truth. This world is crazy as cat shit. This is for the rock hard mentality. This is for the survivors of the fittest kind of shit. Man or woman. Especially, if you're already an adult, you're already out there, you get first-hand experience of how it is. You either eat or get eaten. That's the way it goes. But you do it from a place of love. You do it from a place of respect, and you always anticipate negligence. And you protect yourself like that. And by you thinking of yourself, you also think of others. And when you think of others, you indirectly think of yourself as well. So there goes that. That's my quick recap of my son, Galaxio de Universo Ruiz, as a father in fatherhood. Didn't speak too much about the mother. That's the story for another day. I'll probably have her tell her story one day in this channel, in my channel. I'll have my wife tell her story. But mostly in her channel, she just sings or posts stuff between her and him. but I'll have her come in this channel and tell her story. Okay. Okay. So this was my channel. This is fatherhood. Put in the comment what you think. What was your journey? And quick like, give us a like, watch it. And if you are in the same position, if you just about to be a father, hang on. You got this. Never doubt yourself. You got this. You are here for. You got put here the same way, and so you have all the recipes inside of you, literally inside of you. You don't even know what I mean, but my point is, you are the recipe for disaster or the recipe for success. You have to choose at the end of the day. Safety first at all times. You guys have a good day and be careful out there. Be careful on the street. If you're driving, think of others. You are a car. We both know who will win if you make contact with a person. So please stop at stop signs, look both ways, and follow the rules out there. If you're a pedestrian, look both ways. Look before, during, and after to anticipate negligence. Because this way, you care for yourself and you care for other people. Because it's not going to stop. We have to care for each other. Have a good day. You guys, stay tuned. See you in the next video.